Okay, hello everyone. So we are Wong Village apparently, and we are starting live at about now. But before we start, we have to deal with some of the technical problems, which, thanks to YouTube, they have removed the live stream function that we used to use, so that we now have to use this new function called webcam or something, which only allows one device to be using the camera. So we're using the computer, my laptop, as the camera, while I will be looking at the screen through my phone. So it's kind of a problematic setup, but I hope it works. So first of all, do you hear us clearly? I see there are quite a number of you watching. Whoops. Don't really know how to use this thing. So there are currently 8 viewers. So do you hear us? Do you hear us well? Do you hear us clearly? Yes. So we've received some of the response from you that you're hearing us clearly. And Thatcher is using the YouTube app, which is more convenient, while I'm using the new Creator Studios, which you can see here. And it's quite problematic, but whatever, we are live now. Who's that?
Never mind. First of all,
Yeah, okay.
Happy New Year, everyone. And
Yes, Happy New Year after 8 days. And to respond to some of your questions, can O Beans asked, is that Doremi in the background? Yes, it is. Yes, you can see him right over there. I got it from mainland China a lot of years ago when I was small, and apparently he's enormous, and I have to carry him in a backpack back to Hong Kong. Yes, and there is Mickey next to him. That Mickey has even a longer history because it is actually not owned by me, but my mum. My mum got it from, I think, Tokyo Disneyland years and years ago. I think it's before I was even born. So this is a very historical Mickey Mouse right over there. And wow, we've got a lot of questions and comments. Maybe Thatcher would like to respond to them.
let us maybe start with the thing that we planned for today's live stream. It is actually we'll be talking something about Cody Fell. So if you guys have watched it, it is actually our special release last year in late September, featuring the mountain engines and with some of our own stories. So today, let us have a look at maybe some feelings or maybe behind the scenes. Okay, so maybe first of all, I think most of you guys are most interested in the Codifel engines. So basically, all 8 of them are made by Dieter. So you can see that in the screen, they are lined up. And basically, you can see that there are 2 types of engines. You can see that the one with the box, I mean, with the more boxy shape, and also the one with the more curved sides. So the boxy ones, they are actually made from a Trackmaster Freddy. And interestingly, I don't know why the Freddy is really tall. As you can see that the switch is right at the bottom there. You can see there's a pretty large gap.
Yeah, I think they can see
that. While the other ones are made from Trackmaster Duncan. So maybe you want to talk about how you made them, or maybe.
Okay, yes, but also in response to some of the questions, what's that? Usual Engine 11 asked, "What's the best custom you've made?" Which is on the table now. I think these are some of my proudest customs, not only because of the design or the look of the mountain engines itself, I mean, the real engine is looking great. But as I recreated, I think I've include quite a lot of features that I don't think a lot of models outside, or if you prefer toys outside, contains such details all in one all in one model. So if we start with the boxy design, actually this is just for the live stream for fun, but we actually make a tutorial or a showcase somehow eventually. But since a lot of you asked in the video and I haven't got the time nor interest to make the tutorials yet, so I'm going to briefly explain what is going on here on screen on the live stream. So this is Cody, and with the others engines like Godred, Ernest, Wilfred, yeah, Wilfred and Shane Dooney. These are all the boxy or old designs. So what is happening here is that it's just uh, Trackmaster Freddy, or is it Tommy? I think it's Trackmaster.
Trackmaster.
Yeah, Trackmaster Freddy. And I'll just put the shapes, so the cardboard in the cut it into the shapes, and apparently all of them are mostly identical with some
Minor variations.
minor variation because of my own problems of cutting them. As you know, when you trace a part onto a paper and you cut it, there will be some the width of the pencil or the marker will cause some variation between the same mold. But whatever, it actually gives them kind of different looks, so you can distinguish them. And yeah, basically just cardboard around everything. And as this is okay, we can demonstrate it with Ernest. This is a separate part, so this is the shell, while this part is uh, on the chassis. And handrails here, some of them did fall off during filming because it is quite fragile. Surprisingly, this is not fragile. This is a paper clip, and it's kind of glued in, and it didn't break off. Surprisingly, this is also you can see that this part here, the cap on top of the dome, is quite problematic as well, because during filming it always break off somehow. And yeah, the face, actually all of them have been modified after some artwork or uh, pictures. I remember this Ernest and some others like Alaric do not have a lot of role in the story, and not much is seen in the illustration. So I've actually based it on the, I don't know, it's the back of a book or something. I just find a photo on the wiki, and it looks kind of like that, and I kind of modified it a bit. And well, as for Gorge, I think I like his face and Patrick's face a lot. Yeah, these two has to be my favorite face. As for Cody, I based it on the wooden railway Cody, I think. Yeah, wooden railway, which is most iconic, I think, and looks the best. And yeah, let's get back to the boxy design here. Um, what was also done is the front part. If you have a Trackmaster Freddy, you know that the foot plate, is that called a foot plate? That the foot plate extends quite significantly in front of the boiler. So I actually, if you look at the mountain engines, they do not do so. So I cut it off. So the front buffer beam, do I have the spare part here? No, I don't. Whatever. The spare buffer beam and the foot plate was cut off, and so it is shortened and in line with the boiler here. And then there's the hook, the coupling hook, which is glued on for a lot of times, a lot of different glues, and it still come off during filming a lot because
the coach is attached in front.
Yeah, when the coach is attached in front and you kind of pull the engine with the coach, with the fishing line attached onto the coach. I know it sounds complicated, but I think you know what I mean. So basically, the whole weight of the train, including the coach and the engine itself, sometimes even the battery, is strained onto this hook. So it is constantly straining itself. So this one will, come off very, very easily. And if you watch the whole movie, and I encourage you to watch it again. This time, in search for missing hooks, it does happen. There are scenes that you can see the hook is coming loose, or the hook is absent, or sometimes the hook changes place, or yeah, there are a lot of different uh, goofs within just regarding the hook here, because especially Cody looks so very stiff now because I've been gluing it. Well, actually, it's not too stiff. You can still move it about. Uh, it actually fell a lot of times during filming, and it's very frustrating. It's very stupid, but I have to glue it on again, and every time I have to stop. I mean, pause the filming. So it's actually a very long process, and I'm glad it turns out okay, and glad you all like it. So next up, we will get to Patrick, or the new superheat design, but um, to not bore you all to death, we are going to answer some questions before we move forward to the boring section of this describing how to make the engine. So, are there any questions, Thatcher?
Um, let me see first. So, the Rusty's production actually asked, will there be a mountain engines too? So, I'm not sure about that, but I know that the feedback seems pretty positive.
Yeah, it was positive, but now I can't even see all the feedbacks. The comment section is completely
Disabled.
gone, which is stupid. I hate
Well,
that.
I think that if you guys want to do a sequel to this, then maybe we need some more time for research and also more work on, I mean, about the engines, because we know that the actual Snow Railway already introduced some diesel engines, so I'm not sure if we will that or not, but we do not have plans for the sequel at this moment, but we do not know, maybe it will happen 1 or 2 years later or not.
Yeah, I think basically what we did is what we want to do, and we have done it. And I think it. But if we have interest, or uh, if there is popular demand, of course we will consider it. And that actually raised a good point that if there's a sequel, I originally want to say no, uh, because basically what we've covered is what we can, and if the whole movie is based on not the movie, I mean not the book itself, but we make up our own stories, it might be
Yeah,
horrible and boring and unfamiliar. But um, Thatcher raised a good point, is that we can have a sequel evolving between the steam engines here and the Snowdown Mountain diesel engines, which is a good theme, I think. So it is possible, but not planned at this point.
so do
Okay. Do you play trains? Oh well, no.
yeah, we do not do
I,
that.
I I did it a long time ago on a tablet. I don't think it's even an iPad. I don't know if you can play it on iPad or not, but I played it on the tablet, which apparently you should play it on a computer. So the tablet cannot actually handle it, and it kind of lags constantly, and it lose the fun, so I deleted it. Yeah. Do you know Ego the Red Engine? Well, yes, I know what it is. And Fan the E2 tank engine asks, do you still have the O-shaped Henry? Do I?
I'm not sure if
Wait.
you changed it to anything else or
Yeah,
not.
did I change it to Jeffrey?
But I remember after Jeffrey, you changed it into another thing again.
Really? Well, I'm not sure. There are
We
two
will check.
reasons. Yeah, there are two reasons, because firstly, I haven't seen the O-shaped Henry for a long time. Uh, yeah, basically that. And secondly, I haven't seen all of my trains for a long time. I haven't been messing about or doing anything Thomas related recently. So, uh, yeah, the most related thing I've done is I've built a layout around my Christmas tree, which is gone now, because my mom thinks it's troublesome to somehow raise her food during the nighttime. which kind of troubled her, which is gone, whatever. And what I did is I dug up the Polar Express. Yeah, I've just done that. If you're interested, but I really am not sure if I still have uh, the O-shaped Henry.
So we still have a few questions raised just now. So Useful Engine 11 asks, so do you think we'll do another Railway series book adaptation? I think the answer is maybe. It is because for the Railway series written by Christopher Audrey, there are quite some of them that are not featured in the television series. Perhaps maybe like Thomas and the Great Railway Show, Thomas Comes Home, or maybe also Wilbert, and also about Thomas and Victoria. But we also need to, I mean, need some time and also need money to maybe make more customs if we are going to do that. So that is, so I'm uncertain about maybe writing another uh, maybe special about railway series books. And also, Mason Hagen asked, are there any project in the works?
Well, technically, yes,
Yes.
we have season 2 in the works, which is almost fully filmed. A
Yeah.
few locations left, but there are two problems. Yeah. Firstly, I've copied all those videos onto the computer, which Thatcher didn't know. I'm telling him right now. Yeah, I've copied them all, and the computer is breaking down. Yes, that's the first problem. But I know that when the computer breaks down, my dad said that location that I've stored the videos, that hard drive or something, yeah, I've stored it there. He said even if the computer uh, breaks down, I can still have access to that location somehow. I don't know. Perhaps it's external where I can unplug it and plug it into a working computer once again. But that's the first problem. Yes, the computer is breaking down. It's um, it is kind of being I don't know. I would like to describe it as naughty because it decides when it wants to be turned on. Like every time I turn it on, it depends on luck whether it actually turns on. Yeah, basically that. But when when it does turn on, it works fine. So I don't know if that's defined as broken or breaking down, but that's the situation it is now. And the second, well, actually, there are three problems. But the second problem is that we because the old computer, the desktop computer is breaking down. I would like to depend more on my laptop, my new laptop, which is this one here. Yeah, the one I'm using now. But I fail or struggle to download any editing software apart from Windows Movie Maker on this laptop. So editing and storing videos has been quite a problem recently. And the third problem is that we, maybe I kind of do not feel interested in filming stuff as eagerly as before. And this is also correlated to getting into university, and we have you know school to take care of, and then everything changed in university. So I don't know.
So I think we need more time
Yeah, we
to
need to
adapt
time to
into the
adapt.
life, or maybe and see if we can still do some more videos. Maybe perhaps not as frequently as before, but we'll also try to have some ideas bubbling in our heads from time to time.
Yes, we will finish it. And well, actually, I have another problem regarding that. Is definitely YouTube because recently I know
The
there are
changes in the
drastic
policies.
changes, but when the change actually strikes, you finally notice how drastic it is. Firstly,
About the kids
yeah,
function.
the kids function is problematic, it's complicated, and don't know what's going on. The worst thing of all is that the comment
Comment
section
section.
is completely gone, which is stupid. I don't know how can you protect a kid by disabling the comment section.
Yeah.
It actually does not make sense to me. Well, I don't know, maybe it makes sense to you or Donald Trump or whatever. But personally, it is kind of strange and frustrating, or it kind of makes me lose interest in making these videos, because one of the main point of making videos is not just look at the views or the subscribers
But we would
numbers.
also like to hear feedback from
Yeah,
you.
feedbacks and communication interactions from you, or basically before the incident strikes, I receive comments simultaneously every day, so I have something to read and respond to, or perhaps like every day. But now, if the comment section, well, it's not all gone yet, I think it's
Partially.
eventually going all out. Yeah, but yeah, after that, I don't know if I feel the same with making videos without the comment section, without all of you commenting on it and I respond on it. Yeah, I mean, you can still reach out to us on Twitter, which if you haven't followed yet, please
Yeah, we
do.
have Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So maybe perhaps you guys can put your comments or maybe opinions over there as well if you guys want us to read it.
Yeah, speaking of that, actually, you can tweet us things to show during the live stream, since we have nothing better to do today. So you can tag us perhaps and hashtag Wong Village Livestream 2020. Yeah, but don't just hashtag it. I won't be notified with the hashtag. You have to tag us, like, at Wong Village, and then just use some certain uh, words. Yeah, basically, yeah, I thought of a good idea. Yeah, you can show us some of your works and tweet it onto your Twitter account and tag us at Wong Village and use the hashtag Wong Village Livestream 2020, and then um, uh, type a few words to describe it or tell us why would you like to show it to everyone. Yeah, it's kind of a shallow section. Sounds very
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah, so that's what you can do now.
So maybe as we wait for you guys, maybe we can also talk about that. For the Cody File video, I think that we are already very lucky to release it last year. If we we release it this year, then we probably can't even know the feedback from you guys. This video is actually a really important video for us. It's because we have put a lot of effort into it, and it is also one of the videos with the most positive feedback as well as the most, I should say,
I would like to say it's the most ambitious project from I mean the customs here to the
and also
storyline
yeah,
and
the
yeah,
storyline
everything, editing, whatever. I think it's the most high quality thing we've
we've ever done,
done.
and it also kind of pushed us to reach 10,000 subscribers. So that is a thing that we are really grateful for. So as for the Cody Fell storyline, actually, I checked back the documents that have started. Is actually the script has already been started since in during May year 2018. So
Yeah,
it
yeah, it's a long
actually
time.
took us about a year to do research as well as also to organize the storyline just to try to make it look, I mean, make it more sensible, because this is partly adapted from the Railway series as well as also some of our own adventures. We decided that for uh, I think it is Ernest, uh, Wilfred, Alaric, and Eric, we decided to have some storyline for them just to build up a character for them, because they do not have so many scenes or maybe have so many incidents to build up the character in the Railway series. So I think that is a pretty nice touch for us, and it is also a good try last year.
Yeah, also another point to add, apart from the added storyline for those minor characters in the story, is that we actually have added the Cody being the leader's storyline at the very end, after all the stories has been confirmed. We added that theme at last to make the story coherent and smooth throughout the movie, instead of kind of like segments of different small stories forcefully put together.
So, do you guys have any questions out there? We would like to hear from you.
Okay, so what I have been doing. for the past minute is writing a sign, which will be displayed. Does it work? Does it work? Wait, your phone is not working.
Yeah, the screen is not, but the comments is still active at the moment. Okay.
Can it work? No, it does not work. You can't see the words actually. What if I put it forward like here? Would that work? Yeah, that works. Great, but I don't know how to stabilize it.
Never mind.
Hit
Just
the continue. And I'll fix the sign.
so perhaps maybe we can talk about for the new series coming this year is that we changed some of the writing style as well as the filming style. So we just want to make it a little bit different from our previous episodes. As for the writing style, we decided to narrow down the role of the narrator and just let the engines tell the story by themselves like this.
When you're presenting the idea horribly, we're not going into season 23 style of Thomas saying, "Hello, I'm going down the line." Not like that, but more like the normal CGI season where you don't say
Where
Thomas was coupled up to the trucks. No, you can actually see that happening. So I find it kind of pointless. So we remove that. Yeah, you still have same pointless stuff that you can see. Basically, intro and outro. And no more description of the story.
Yeah, or maybe perhaps just only 1 or 2 sentences like this in the middle.
Whoops. Okay. So the sign is
As
set
for the
up.
filming, we decided to change the whole filming style just to sort it by location, so to make it more, how should I say, to make it more smooth instead of just changing the layout every time.
Yeah, I would say smooth in terms of the filming process, so that we can set up one big setup and film everything on it.
Then we another one and film.
And it's also smooth for the viewing experience across the whole season, so that Netflix doesn't look different every time you watch an episode, which did happen in season 1. Yeah, but the consequence of this design or this arrangement is that you have to wait a very very long time before we actually finish and release an episode, which is happening now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this whole season is still in progress. We hopefully to release it maybe later this year or perhaps the second half of this year, hopefully. But that depends on the technical problems as well.
Okay, so we have a lot of questions coming, and I will try to answer some of them. A PRR fan asked, how long did it take you to make all of the cultivar engines? Well, I would say I have started to make Cody and Eric themselves, just 2 of them, a long time ago, like before the public exam. I think it's Christmas 2018 or no, it's summer 2018. Yeah, that's. And then I put it on a very very long pause, and I resumed after the public exam, which is in May. And I think around a month or less, yes, 3 weeks, I would say, to make all the other engines and the rolling stocks.
Yeah, you can see
the
that we
rolling stocks
have
are all different.
open carriages, trucks, and coaches as well.
Trucks and coaches.
Yeah, we also have another style. This is the
and the gorgeous style. Oops. And do you like Fortnite? Well, I don't. I never played with you.
No.
No, yeah, we don't like it.
So, honestly, maybe I can tell you more about the script. So, just now we mentioned that the script was started around in May 2018, and I remember that we finished it within the year, so that we need some time for studies as well as to prepare for the public exam. So right after the public exam, where Dieter started doing the engines, the script was already finished because we need to try and organize and also estimate how many engines we need to make, how many coaches we need to make, like this and so on.
Yeah, I remember Thatcher suggesting a very, very long time ago to not make Godred, but just make Godred's face and swap it with Cody. Which, after reading the script several times,
we think that might not be possible.
Yeah, it's not possible because they all appear in the same time, so
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. So, but we did make something that have multi-purpose.
The broken model that you can see, it is actually the same model of Godred and Cody having the accident.
Okay, that's a sign. Don't fall. Okay, whatever.
Never mind.
So that is the broken model. I don't remember if I actually shared it before, but it's very fun to make because you just get a hammer and scissors and destroy everything.
Unleash the stress.
Whoops.
Yeah, but if you may
Yeah, if
see
you
that
look inside, actually, whoops.
There's actually a goof about because the back of the cap of Godred and Cody is actually different.
Yeah, if you look inside, if you can see it, there's Godred's face without the nose.
We have the Shane Dooney and Godred damaged nameplates and number.
That is Shane Dooney's sad face, which is the damaged face, if you can actually see. I don't know if you can see it. And out here is the Cody sad face. And this is currently used as Cody because finally Cody was broken. Cody number 4, and we have the Godred, Shane Dooney, number 5 for Shane Dooney, and there should be a number 1 for Godred, but I don't know where it is. Whatever. So this is multi-purpose for 3 engines. Okay, let's set up the site. We still do not have any entries for the shout out or whatever you would like to say. So please do so if you have something you would like to show us and show everyone.
So as we wait, we still can have some other things that we can talk about. So any one of you guys may want to know about our feelings or opinions for the current Thomas show. We can also talk a little bit about it. Because as many of you know that the show got a big twist when it reached Big World, Big Adventures, and perhaps that made quite some of the senior fans disappointed. And the trend already came. I mean, it is already the second year of this trend, and I should say some of them. There are some good issues and also but some downsides of this. I mean, good points and also some downsides about this. Honestly, I think if you ask me about the new characters, maybe like Rebecca or Nia, I
like Rebecca, but I hate Nia.
I do not really hate them, but I do not really know what's the point of them in the show at the moment. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what I mean. Actually, I get what you mean. But actually, I'm reading and not paying attention at all to what you are saying, what I was saying. I get what you mean. And I have been reading the comment section, so I'm going to answer
because
some
I see it is currently not that active right now.
No, we've got quite some questions to answer. Useful Engine 11 asked, but not asked, stated that he loves our idea of turning Thomas Joe the leader into the Cody version. Well, yes, it's actually not initially in the plan, but we included finally in the movie because we wanted to include some song and they
and also a theme for it.
theme, and the wickedly talented Tuxter Intensify helps us make the instrumental, because I have always been loving that Thomas Joe the Leader song, but not the rock version, but the live on stage version. If some of you watched
which
it,
is more lively and also
yeah,
more
I just like it
smooth.
more, like it in general, much more. Yeah, basically that, and we cannot find an instrumental version of that anyway online. So we asked him to see if he can help us to make it, and he did such a great job, and I'm glad you all like it. And Toby77C asked, what time is it where you are? Well, we are in Hong Kong, and it is currently
About 10:40
10:39.
in
Yes.
the morning,
Yeah, that's important.
the 8th of January.
Okay. Yes, I would like to add another point here. I've been scrolling through Twitter so that you can. I mean, when you tweet at us, we notice, but apparently no one tweeted at us yet. Perhaps this isn't quite a good idea, like the sign which keep on falling. But I did notice something is that, and I did notice it in person. This morning, just now before the stream started, I was browsing on YouTube, and apparently I'm watching videos made for kids, and the mini player does not work. Have you experienced that,
Not
Thatcher?
yet.
No. Well, you should try it now. Firstly, during when you scroll through the YouTube feed, you can normally watch a few minute preview or something. In the thumbnail, it has the preview function that you have the caption on, the no sound, but you can actually see what's going on. But
Before
that's
you click onto the video.
yes. So you basically know what you're watching before you actually watch it, which is good, and it's disabled somehow for some reason to protect the kids. I don't know why. And then the mini player, the thing that when you watch YouTube and you click the back button, the video, shrink in size and go into the bottom of the app. Have you tried that before?
Which one?
Yeah, maybe I'm discussing it horribly, but I can show you practically so to make you understand. For example, like I'm watching this video, so I can drag it down and it plays down there.
Oh, this one. I
Yeah,
know
this
it.
function. But amazingly, if you watch something that is made for kids, which apparently Steam Team to the Rescue is not made for kids, but if you watch our Cody Film
Maybe.
special, it is made for kids. But that's
Yeah.
okay. You can see it's made for kids. So if you scroll it down, can you actually see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
You
at how
see it.
ridiculous it is. If you scroll it down, it stops. Well, it says in Chinese, but I think you all have seen. The mini player does not work anymore. Okay, it doesn't
Because
make
I don't
any
get the
sense.
relationship about the mini player and the kids.
Yes, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay. Okay. So YouTube had made a lot of ridiculous choices um, beforehand, but I think this time is the most ridiculous and the most weird and affected us the most. So yeah, basically we're a channel regarding involving their definition kids content. So I don't know what we
So
do.
if you guys ask how are we going to still do our videos under this situation, so we because last night I kind of suggested maybe we can also set up a link to our social media sites like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, just to maybe let you guys to leave your opinions over there instead. But we're not sure about whether this will work or not. And we may also try and do some other videos that are not especially for kids. Perhaps some videos that we have talked for a long time, but we still haven't started it yet. Maybe some gaming videos, as well as some
Yes, I actually
other
like that.
as well as some other videos about Hong Kong. It is because if you read the news, you should know that Hong Kong is in a situation that is not expected, and some people they are kind of maybe worried about going to Hong Kong to travel or not. So I think that that if Hong Kong is under this situation, I would like to say that there are indeed some places in Hong Kong that are really beautiful or maybe very special for you to see. So
So we're now doing the job of tourism board as well.
kind of. I've already actually filmed some footage around Hong Kong already, and those videos are in progress right now. So hopefully, perhaps we'll finish it before Easter. Hopefully.
Oops. Okay. How do I use that?
So we're checking on Twitter, see if
Yes.
anyone.
Predictably, nothing. So how many of you are watching? Still watching right now? Let me see. There are 5 viewers. Okay. So yes, let's get back to the boring tutorial, which some of you asked. So as you can now see clearly, I've just noticed that the webcam on my laptop actually can a very wide angle. So it originally was too far away, but now it's close enough. This is Patrick, and see the new superhit design was just Duncan. So it kind of suffers from the same problem of the Playrail and Trackmaster Duncan. The problem of being squashed up.
Yeah.
But we just keep it because that's how
It
Playrail
looks.
Duncan looks. And that's how Trackmaster Duncan looks, and that's how Trackmaster or Playrail
Yeah,
Patrick
because
will look.
Duncan looks long and squashed in the merchandise.
Yeah, so we keep that because we don't want to make a fuss. Like we can't 3D print a completely accurate shell, but then it doesn't look like Playrail or Trackmaster anymore. Yeah, it doesn't lose it doesn't have the charm. What? The 3 viewers? Really? Or maybe we should stop the stream. It's getting
Maybe
pointless.
we'll still talk about it a little bit more, but I think we won't get too long. So you can still
Yeah, we've
share
got
a little
nothing to
bit.
do actually.
It's just only a random discussion, random chat like this.
Yeah. And let's take a look at Patrick. I think another feature I forgot to mention on both engines, if I would like to adjust this, you see that the boilers are actually tilted.
Yeah.
Which is, I think,
Perhaps you should show it like this.
well, I can't show. Oh, really? That's not working. Yeah, now it's working.
Yeah, you can see that the funnel.
It's actually tilted, which I think is very cool.
So this is how the one for Freddy and this one you can see is for Duncan.
Yeah, what
You
we
can see.
what
I
I
think the one on Duncan is more obvious than the one on Freddy.
well, perhaps it's just that engine because every one of them is different. If you use Cody, maybe perhaps you can see it
Obvious.
obviously, more obviously, kind of, or whatever. But it is tilted, and it's done apparently by cutting open the boiler here, removing it, tilt it, and glue it again, which is tedious. But I don't think I've seen any tilted boiler Trackmaster or Playrail Cody Fail engines before. So I think that's a good feature. Okay, so how many viewers we have now?
Yeah,
5 viewers.
So I wonder if you guys want to know what we're up for the Christmas break. So I've actually built a layout at home.
Actually, you know what? We can actually share it.
Because the layout I've already made a video about it, but that video is still currently editing. So perhaps in the coming week you can see it. Well, the layout is actually one of the biggest layout that I've ever built before.
We actually forget about sharing. I can't find a screen sharing option thanks to the new YouTube
Never mind.
webcam.
And then I think I used about 2 days to build it, and I already used all 3 types of tracks, including the Tommy, the Trackmaster, and the Trackmaster redesigned one. All of them are included, as well as I extended my layout into the corridor, apart from the living room. So it is actually pretty big, and the layouts lasted for a week about. So even though it is tiring, but I think it is fun. And apparently my parents were not having a good time because my mom could not stand about the tracks in the corridor and she just kept on stepping on it. And I think I already drove her crazy. So I think the home now it is yeah, and I tell you what, before I actually started building the layouts, I actually had to clean my home entirely. I vacuumed and also swept the floor. And after taking it away, then I swept the floor again, and I could see the amount of dust was pretty scary.
Yeah, speaking of which, I've just found, which unintentionally bumped into a picture of Freddy here. So what I was talking earlier is this part that points out was entirely cut in favor of this mountain engine front design, which I think a lot of customs that I've seen, especially Trackmaster one, lacks because they just paint it over or just cosmetically modify the shell or the bodywork, but instead of the wood plate. Originally, I didn't cut off this one as well, but in the end, I did because I think it looks much better without it, and it looks much less like Freddy, which is what you should see. Oh, another point to add, as no one is interested in asking us any other questions. Um, of the engine's details, like these handrails, I forgot if I mentioned before, it was a very long time ago. This thing, which I do not know what it is, what it's called, and this one, these caps, and the handrails and these pipes are all different on all the engines, so as to give them some kind of so you can distinguish them. For example, this is just one gold pipe, while the others have handrails here, long handrails, short handrails, no handrails. Yeah, basically that. And any other questions or anything we should do? Oh, great. We have one more question. User Engine 11, where do you get the nameplates and number? Oops, I've escaped the app. Okay. Nameplates and the numbers for these engines. Well, where did I get it? I made it myself. Well, that's the short answer. Well, long answer is I use Microsoft Word, which is not the ideal application to make these, but it works since it's just names and colors, backgrounds, and we print it out. Yeah, clearly you can just print it and put onto it a nameplate here. His nameplate here. It's just printed out and made not even with Photoshop, but just Microsoft Word. Okay, I'm trying to get back into the chat. Ooh, there are a lot of comments. No, there isn't. Do we miss any questions before?
I think.
Yeah. So we should find something to do. Should we? What should we do? No idea what we should do. Okay, let me grab some engines. Did you keep talking about? So what do you think of the? Yeah. One thing I would like to say is that I haven't been watching Thomas at all lately because of the horrible episodes.
Starting from season 23.
Yeah, I don't think I even finished season 23. I just watched some of them and I gave up. Like I didn't even. I used to kind of look forward to Dixon's Discovery, but I really hate Stefano, that ridiculous looking crane.
Stefano.
Stefano. Yeah, yes, Stefano.
Because if you ask me, I think Stefano is just a
Yeah, he's just a toy.
marketing method just to develop the super cruiser and trying to boost the sales of the toys. That is what I think about it.
Yes, and as a toy, even as a toy, he looks horrible. But whatever. So I actually didn't even watch Dixon's Discovery, and that was the other special call. Steam Team to
Steam
the
Team to
Rescue. Yeah, I
Rescue.
didn't watch that, so technically I didn't even finish season 23.
So if you ask me about Dicks and Discoveries, I think traveling in Italy is okay, but I don't really like the fact that all the pseudo construction company vehicles they just go there on purpose just to help to build the project over there. I think it was a museum, and I think Esther is an okay character to me, and but if you ask me, Lorenzo may get a little bit annoying for his tone, but I know that it's just his personality. He likes to sing with Pepe, so if you ask me, Dix and Discovery is not the best special that I've seen, but it is. I do not really have any special comments about it. It's just a plain story to me, and I don't. And I think that's for all the things about Thomas going around the world is getting a little bit ridiculous because it seems pretty off. I mean, not related, or it doesn't really make sense because maybe one moment you see Thomas in China, the other time that he's in India, then another episode he's in Italy and then Australia. So that may get a little bit confusing for some people. And I think that because about the Great Race, and initially I thought that people they said the international engines they're not going to appear afterwards, but instead they appeared in Big World Big Adventures. So I think that perhaps you may want to promote things around the world, but I think that may not be a good way to do so. So if you ask me about expectations for season 24, well I may not be. I think after season 23 that I'm not going to put such high expectations on it because after the experience of season 22 and 23, I think that the show is not in a good situation right now. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about? You can leave it down in the comment section below. So also a little more updates about the layout. Just now I was talking about that the layouts drove my mom crazy, and then don't worry that I filmed some footage video about it, and hopefully maybe we'll release that in the next week. And also in the layouts, I took a lot of pictures and just made a collection video because this year, the past year, about 2019, is actually the 15th year that I've been collecting Thomas and Friends trains. So I think that it may be a good opportunity to showcase my character layout just to see how many trains I have for the past 15 years. So surprisingly, it is already, I mean, the number had already exceeded 100 characters. So that is pretty good, I think. So this year it'll be my 16th year with Thomas, so I'm already looking forward to doing more reviews on different characters. So if you guys are interested, remember to leave a comment. Oh, right now because I don't know whether the comments will be disabled very soon. So do you want us to do something or maybe talk about something? You can just simply start a topic on your own. So have anything?
Hello guys, I'm back. Okay, so actually Thatcher has drafted schedule yesterday for this
So we
live stream.
covered already about.
Oh, really?
Already.
Oh yes, we did unintentionally. But what else can we talk about? Well, as Thatcher is excused, I will be continuing the stream for quite some while, and there are currently 6 viewers. So, if you're new to here, tweet at us at Wong Village and hashtag Wong Village Livestream 2020, so we can show whatever you have on the tweet or whatever you'd like to show us and show everybody on the stream to have kind of a shout out. And please also use some words to describe what it is or tell us why we should show it to others. Yeah, basically just say something, whatever. And apart from that, why we are holding this live stream is because currently, if you're in university or well, perhaps the times are different. Well, currently we are having a semester break, which is actually weeks. That I think Thatcher's even ending sooner. So what we're doing here today is simply just to reach out to you all, and I think doing a live stream is a good thing because, especially the comment section is disabled, we can't hear from you anymore, and you can't hear from us apart from the videos. The one way not kind of conversation. Conversation requires 2 ways. The one way showcase of certain items, but through live stream you can ask questions and we can respond at the same time and constantly and immediately. So yeah, I think doing live stream, yeah, and I do enjoy doing live streams from past experience. So we might have other things, other live streams planned in the near future. So once again, I'm going on to Twitter to check if anyone tweeted at us. No, there is not. Is it actually a bad time for American viewers and British viewers? What
Yeah.
time is it in
Perhaps
the
it
US?
is because it is a Tuesday and Wednesday.
Oh, I see. We should have chosen a weekend, but sadly, I'm going on a 5-day trip tomorrow to Thailand.
And because this is actually a day that both of us are free at the moment.
Yeah,
So
just to hang out.
because we may not be free.
What time is it? Let me ask Google. US time now.
11.
Okay, so it is 10, only 10, 10 at night on a Tuesday. UK time now. It is, oh, that's why. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. So everyone's asleep. 10 o'clock, I think that's not too bad. Yet for us in Hong Kong, we are still awake at 10 o'clock. I don't know about the American viewers because when I went to the US, which you might have noticed from the tweet, we have the hashtag Thomas USA trip or tour or something. Yeah, I actually went to the US after the public exam in I think May, June. Yeah, June. I went to the US in June, and I've noticed very I mean very even early evening, like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock after having dinner. There's nothing to see. Every shop is closed. So perhaps everyone just gets home and hang out with their family and go to bed before 10. I don't know. Yeah, perhaps that's the idea. Yeah, that's my experience. Well, we have 7 viewers now. Okay, so there's 7 of you. If you have any questions, feel free your questions. We're dying to answer your questions. And in the meantime, perhaps I can share some from my US tour. Well, where did I go? Basically, I just went to the 2 Disneyland and enjoyed the visit. And California, big California, I spent 1 day in California before flying. Yeah, basically that, and it's I think yeah, it's a good place. What I really do not like about America as a tourist spot or as a destination for tourists is the border checks are extremely annoying.
Strict or maybe.
The lines are extremely long. I've been waiting in line for at least 1 hour, I think, just to get past the border. And the funny thing is, when you get past the border, well, yeah, it's just my personal experience. Perhaps it's just for me or whatever, or maybe perhaps it's just a day. But I've heard that the immigration counter is extremely annoying because the line's long, and which is what I've experienced. The problem here is that when I've been standing in line for an hour and they let you in past the counter one by one, and they check your passport or something, which is normal. But why they are making this count is that they want to ask you questions like, where are you going? Why you only going by yourself with your parents? Or well, which actually I have my parents going, but I'm just saying that if you're a single traveler, well, that's sad because they're going to ask you a loads of questions, which they did in the American embassy when they decide whether or not they should give me the visa. So those questions have been repeating a lot of times, and then the border check which is okay because I think it is important to safeguard the national security, which I am not opposing. I think it's totally fine. The problem there is that if you look normal, like I'm traveling with my mom, like a normal tourist, hanging out with my family to US, not like a terrorist, they won't ask you any questions. They just take a look at your passport and they then let you go. So this simple action took me an hour simply because they block everyone to make sure you do not look like a terrorist. Yes, it's kind of tedious, and I basically spent half a day in the airport trying to get out. That's the only thing I really, really do not hate. Do not do not love about America. Yeah, I get annoyed about it. But once I'm actually on American land after the tedious border checks, it is very enjoyable, especially in Disneyland, Disney World. I enjoy those days very much. And hi, we have two new viewers. They're just viewers saying hi. So as a polite person, I say hi back, as we have nothing else to do. But I've noticed the viewers, the 6 viewers have been here watching only. Well, I don't know. They're watching and not speaking, but whatever. Oh, hello. Hello, Bradley, if I pronounce your name correctly. Hello. Thanks for watching. And if you're new to here, yes, once again, tweet at us at Wong Village, hashtag that thing for a shout out and show us something. And we can discuss on it or even ask questions there. So for the how many viewers we have? For the 6 viewers currently, we have a treat for you all because we have nothing better to do. I'm going to show off something never shown on screen. You've actually seen it, but you all have not, which is my HO scale layout. Yeah, we have nothing to do. So I'm going to carry the camera, well, the laptop basically, into the room. Yes. Can I disable it? No. I'm not going to disable it. I'm just going to do that. Basically, you can't see a thing now, but you can still hear me. Don't worry, it's not your phone. It's just I'm putting my finger, my thumb, basically, on the camera, so that, whoops, you don't see a thing. Okay, it's looking good. There we go. That's full screen. Yes, we can actually see it. Let's back it up, but not let it fall down. Is that possible? Can you see the things? Yes, there we go. That's actually the rubbish bin, doubled as the microphone. I put it down here. that's the layout with basically just some tracks there. Nothing much to see, but it's still much better than watching us talk about things you do not want to know. So let's get started. We have Rosie on the line with, whoops, there's actually a problem there. We have Rosie on the line with Annie and Clarabelle and Emily's coaches. The only four coaches that I have, and a bunch of tracks. Here comes Rosie, right in front of the camera. Let's speed things up. That's the one. Now I'm going to grab my phone to see if you have any questions and if you can see clearly. Okay, so I'm back with my phone, and I'm down here with my with the microphone here. So why was I distracted? Because Green Engine Lover 368 said it's kind of glitchy at some point, but it isn't too bad. Well, perhaps it's because of getting further away from the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I think that's a good explanation. But apart from looking at nothing, let's just look at some trains run. And thank you, Bradley, for saying that we are one of your favorite Trackmaster users and ever. Yeah, thank you. It means a lot to us. And we will keep on making some more content. But as explained earlier in the stream, seeing you are a new viewer, will explain once again, is that we have several problems regarding making these contents. Some like the computer problem, editing problem, and we have some time management and adapting needs required for our university studies, and the problem of YouTube policy change. Yeah, basically that, and you know what we're going to say about it. And are we going to take episode requests? Sadly, no. We are writing most of the episodes ourselves. Thatcher will be in charge of the scripts and the stories. So we can bring Rosie to a stop right in front of the camera here, and we actually have some other HO engines. Yes, thank you, Green Engine Lover 368, for wishing us the best and wish you to see sense. Well, we hope they do, and we wish they do, but I don't think they will. But because they're YouTube, but whatever. And Bradley also asked, do you have available characters to voice? Well, at this moment, yes, I think we do have some characters that you can voice, but as we've explained earlier, we are putting season 2 kind of on hold, or it's a very slow progress. So we will get to the point where we invite voice actors, so you can wait for that point. And speaking of characters, we have a lot of other engines to run. We have each of them Bachman. We have a Rosie right in front of the camera, which we have just ran. We have Boone, Ben, Percy, Thomas, Gordon, James, and the Flying Scotsman. But we can actually turn the camera here so that you can see all of them. Yeah, we have other engines that we can run. So if you have any particular engines or just suggestions, just tell us and we can run it. We also have some real life engines. There's a German train, there's a American train, as a custom actually we've painted. I've painted it to look like Roger E. Brody from Walt Disney World, if some of you are interested. And we have another engine that is secondhand from eBay, also American, will be and hopefully will be turned into the Lily Bell from Walt Disney World. We have also the Flying Scotsman. And as for the Thomas branch, we have Bill, Ben, Percy, Thomas, James, Gordon, and we also have Emily and Edward, but both are broken, so you can't actually run them. I think Bachman engine actually breaks quite often. I don't know why, but they just do. Like Percy, the old Percy. This is the new one. The old Percy broke quite some while ago. After I think 3 or 4 years, perhaps that's the runtime. I don't know. And I've got Emily and Edward in the box because they're broken, so they can't run. And answering the questions of voice actings, who's that? Bradley said he wanted to voice James or Henry or even Gordon. Well, let me think. James is taken, I think. Henry. Wait, James is not taken. Henry is taken, and Gordon is taken. Yeah. So if we still have the spot open, or we'll keep you in mind. Basically, yeah, we'll keep you in mind. Yeah, it's actually a good idea from Green Engine Lover 368 to make the broken engines freewheel. Yes, that's a good idea. Apart from because when making the engines freewheel, I have to take out the motor entirely, which I do not have the skill nor the tools nor the bravery to do so on such expensive models. But these are not toys; they're really models, I think. So yeah, I'm planning on fixing them, finding someone to fix them somehow eventually. So uh, I don't think I would take the models out just to make them freewheel. But if you have watched our what's that called? Find That Truck. Is that such episode? I think it's the name. Or hunt the truck. Yeah, hunt the truck. If you have watched the hunt the truck HO scale scene remake, you see that we actually did pull Edward by a string, but we used some cargo to hide his wheels. Yeah, and Bradley, yeah, a side character would be a good idea because we have loads of characters that we have in season 2, and we'll start sending scripts out eventually. Yeah, eventually. I don't know when, and I don't know how, but eventually. And we'll keep you in mind. So you did say you want to see James running with some coaches. So let's put James onto the rails. Actually, I'm not sure if you all are interested. Rosie is actually the best runner. I don't know if it's the latest release from Bachman, so they improved, or is it because she's the youngest among my collection, so she haven't, it isn't breaking down yet. But James also still a pretty good runner. and he looks fabulous, and yeah, absolutely splendid. But also, the Bachman James does not originally look like that. The side smoke box. Well, let's get James running before we talk. Whoops. Yes, there we go. James is actually not as strong as Rosie. I mean, the model version at least. So he is actually having quite significant amount of wheel slip. So we are taking away the trucks so that he can only run with the coaches. So James is going around the layout. As I was saying, Bachman James does not always look like that. James' side smoke box was red, which is wrong, and the wheels are grey, which is also wrong, but I've rectified them with some paint. And he's derailed. And thank you, Green Engine Lover 368, for pointing out. Yes, they did fix the wheels on the new release, and we do know that. And looking like the diapet model. Oh, that's an interesting thought, because I think that means he's pretty accurate. Because diapet models are quite cool and accurate looking. Speaking of which, I actually have diapet Thomas and Bertie. So what I'm doing now is to cover trucks on the siding to Percy. Whoops. Because some of you suggested to put Percy with some trucks, so why not run them simultaneously? This is just to save time and make it more exciting, but it is bound to result in some accident because two engines runs at different speeds. James onto the rails again. Just the rail that points. There we go. Whoops. Now you see. First we're going out onto the main road. I mean the main line. Out on the siding. And James is catching up. This is just bound to result in some accidents. This is just going to be catastrophic. Okay, accident happened. Let's just bring Percy back in. Actually, I don't think Percy is quite a bad model, apart from the face, which I've swapped. And James, yeah, I've also swapped the face of James and Percy and Thomas. Thomas' face, just like everyone else, is a wooden face. Percy's face is a wooden face, but there's a motorized wooden railway Percy face, which doesn't look as creepy and as thick as the standard wooden model of Percy, and James is the ringing player James face. Yeah, I've got a spare one of that. Cut it off and yeah, put that. And answering some more questions. The green caterpillar is lazy. Yeah. Actually, fun fact, which nobody wants to know. Percy is the first engine that I've got from the HO line with any Clarabelle. Do you have any fans? No, I do not. These are all the truck rolling stocks that I have. Well, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one, 5. This number truck, but I've removed the rear. Well, actually, we can put it here. And yeah, basically I've got these trucks here, and I do not have any vans. Tankers, well, no, I've just got those. Actually, I also have the express coaches in response to Bradley, but it doesn't do well around tight corners, so it just constantly derails, so I don't really use it. Okay, so let's bring Percy away from the camera. And you all back to okay. Let's bring you all back to the table. Is there anything else to show you? Well, actually, I have another idea. Well, actually, no, it's too dark down there. You can't see a thing. Whatever. I'm bringing you all back to the table. So please wait while your screen goes black and dark. Currently walking back to the table and returning the setup. Okay, I think that's it. We are back. Let's see now. Yeah, we can see this properly. Okay.
So let's have a look. Any more comments?
Yes, actually it's back.
No, just because that room crowded with so many people up there.
Well, technically just 2, but whatever. So apparently there's a Jesse here, just in time. Yes, technically really just in time because we are about to end this live stream. We started 1 hour and 23 minutes already.
Yeah,
So we still have 7 minutes to go, and when the clock ticks, I don't know, takes 1 hour and 30 minutes, we'll stop the stream. Thank you everyone for coming, and we currently have 4 viewers, which is a good point to go, to stop the stream because no one is actually watching anymore.
yeah. Perhaps some of you guys are also getting tired.
But actually, when I was in the room, there are a lot more comments. Perhaps because something is moving. Maybe you should find something to move.
Find something to move.
Yeah, it's a good idea. That you keep on answering the questions of whatever.
So now Dieter is going inside to find something to move. So I don't know what he'll get to show you guys, but we should give a little bit patience for him. So just now I see that you should do music videos, by the way. I think that for doing music videos, this is actually possible for us to do music videos again, but Do you have any suggestions for what song we should do? Because there are quite a lot of songs that we can choose, but sometimes we just cannot make up our mind whether it is from the classic series or maybe from the CGI series that we still do not know yet. So if you have any ideas, remember a comment or maybe just to tell us through social media.
Yeah, there's no comment section anymore.
So Dieter has found something to move and he has laid a few pieces of straight thread in front of the camera, right in front of the engines. And let's see what trains he'll get. And we'll see what he means by something to move.
Any more questions? The stream is coming to an end, so if you don't answer now, you
Okay,
won't
I
get-
see some people suggesting doing the Ode to Gordon and also Don't Stop.
What is that song?
Don't Stop is the song from Steam Team to the Rescue.
Oh, that horrible song. No, we will not do that. But actually, we will.
Maybe.
Because it's so generic that I can just edit whatever it is.
Yeah,
make
just
it
basically film
so-called,
engines going around and they say don't stop.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dumb idea. Look, there's something moving. Woo. Oh, you know what? Oh, no! Save it! You have to save him. I think something broke. Oh, no. Did anything break?
No. Cody is perfectly
What about
fine.
the hook? No, the hook broke. The hook
Oh.
broke, yeah.
Because with the coach.
That's horrible. But, yeah, just make
Yeah.
come back.
Really? I mean, very obvious you can see that the hook is attached, but
Yeah, that's always happening.
so maybe perhaps you can see the problem about the coupling encountered within the filming of this video.
Something's moving. Okay, that's horrible. Just stop it. It's a
So,
bad idea.
and that is also one of the problem that the Codifier engines do not have the shell screwed up back to the base.
Well, actually, it is not it's actually a design flaw because cutting off the front footplate actually means that there's no screws anymore. So what I did is just a blue tack to stick the body back. Okay, as nothing is running now to preserve this thing and not break it. Move this on. And we have a few minutes left. Do you have any questions? Someone said we sound like Edward in a way. I think it's you, not me. The Magic Railroad version of a really useful engine. Well, that's not really a lot to make, is it? It's just a minute long or something. Yeah, but we can actually do that. Hey, Dasher, keep talking. So, as I get back to the microphone, I can't hear you. As I'm currently gluing back the hook onto Cody.
So just now I've seen about the suggestions about the music videos that you suggested, and I think we will consider those. But if we are going to film it, it won't be so soon. Perhaps in the summer.
Favorite season? What's your favorite season?
Season 5.
But basically, we answered this question a lot of times. Come back here.
Season 5.
Season 5. Whoops. I destroyed the sign. Yeah, I think that era. I don't. Normally, I answer this question with it's not a season. I don't really have a particular favorite season. I have a section, a few seasons that I really like. It's around that season 5 era. Whoops. Yeah, I think around that, those yeah, basically
Those
that.
episodes are pretty great.
Yeah.
Because in season 5, we see about the change in the storylines between the previous seasons. in which everything became a lot more mysterious or maybe some darker storylines, and that is pretty
and more
interesting.
exciting. I think
Yeah,
this puts upon Percy in
yeah, like
that
put
season.
upon person. Yes,
Yeah, I think that style of story. I wouldn't say as a favorite season, but my favorite style of storytelling.
is that era.
Okay, so looking at the clock, yes, we have just hit 1 hour and 30 minutes of the stream, so we are ending now. Thank you everyone for watching,
And we'll see you soon.
yes, but before we end, we'll see if anyone shouted. No, okay. Okay, so we will see you soon, somehow, somewhere. And thank you everyone for watching. And we are ending the stream now. As I'm reading this comments, yeah, we make a team together. I think we've made a remake on we've make a team together. Yeah, we make it. Yeah, we've made that. And with that, we are going to end the stream here. And have a good night or good morning wherever you are.
Have a
And
good day.
have a good day. And with Happy New Year. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, so we still press the that's stupid. I just pressed end stream and I need to confirm whether I've pressed the button. That's another stupid feature. Well, whatever. Have a good day and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.